Hello and welcome. This is McGoobage. My name is Andy and this is a fairly new YouTube channel. For those of you that have seen my channel before, you would have seen that I did 2 playthrough series last season and got sacked twice in non-league. I'm useless with tactics. The thing is, I know there are plenty of people out there that also are. You're a bit like me, you struggle. So, I've been on the community forums, I've been around different websites, and I'm going to put together a tactical experiment. Now this experiment will be 4 of the most popular tactics tested with every single Premier League team, starting with the top 6 this week and then moving forward to the rest of the Premier League, just to see how effective they actually are. Now there are 2 types of people that play Football Manager, in my view. It's those that have the time to create and develop their own tactics, and there are those that don't have the time, that would love to have the time to develop their own tactics but need to play the game for an hour or a couple of hours a day or a couple of hours a week. They just want to download a popular one and give it a whirl. Hopefully these videos will give you a bit of a guide as to what tactics work with each team to help get me started. Let's get straight into it. Tactic number 1 is by Knap, who's a popular poster on the forums, the SI community forums, and it's the 4-2-3-1 Beowulf. There's plenty of different versions on here. He tests I think on FM Touch and things like that. It's the Giraffin version that we're going to be using. That is tactic number 1. That's a 4-2-3-1 formation. I'll go into it when we get into the game, but that's tactic number 1. Tactic number 2 is by Fuss, Minimal Fuss, Fastidious I should say. Again, a regular poster. He's a regular poster on this particular forum, and I'm using the stable version 2. So all the links to the tactics will be in the description. Minimal Fuss, Fastidious, version 2, the 4-1-2-2-1 formation. Tactic number 3 is by Rossler, who is another brilliant technician, and he's a regular poster on the forums. His is the Steadfast, the flat 4-1-4-1 formation. Very, very popular, and again he has a lot of success with his tactics. This will be implemented as tactic number 3. Tactic number 4 will be Jamie's 4-2-3-1 Attacking Catenaccio with set pieces. This is a very popular tactic on his Twitch channel, and this is going to be tactic number 4. Hello and welcome. This is the tactical test series, and today we are with Watford. I am McGoobage. If this is the first time you're watching one of these videos, what I'm trying to do is just do a little bit of a project in the last month where I take every single one of the Premier League teams. I test 4 of the most popular tactics that are on the forums at the moment, just to see how they play out with all the staff in charge. I'm literally on holiday for a whole season, and then we'll see how it all goes. So just to confirm, the staff responsibilities, they're in control of everything. So they look after the transfers, the contracts, obviously they look after the training and the tactical briefings. What I do is I set up each team in each of the tactics with the strongest players selected. Now sometimes the players are not suited to that particular position or the role, but for consistency throughout this series, I'm picking the strongest players in the positions. And this is how it's going to play out, and we're going to see how they all go and how each one plays out and whether they're successful or not. So tactic number 1 we're going to start with Watford is the Knap Beowulf tactic. It's the Tipler tick attacker. It's attacking 4-2-3-1. So in possession, it's shorter passing. You pass into space and play out of defence. Low crosses, work the ball into the box. You're asking your fullbacks to overlap on both sides with a lower tempo. In transition, you're taking short goal kicks. You're distributing to the fullbacks, counter and counter press. And out of possession, you're defending narrower. High defensive line and line of engagement. It's extremely urgent. You prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. You get stuck in using tighter marking and use of the offside trap. So Foster is the goalkeeper on defending goal, with Messina and Janmat as the 2 wing-backs on attack. Cathcart and Kabasele are the 2 ball-playing defenders on defend. In midfield, Chalobah is a deep-line playmaker on support. Doucouré is box-to-box midfielder. Pereira and Delafeu are the inside forwards on support. Will Hughes is the attacking midfield on attack. Troy Deeney is the advanced forward on attack. Let's see how this plays out. So Watford finished a disappointing 13th position on 44 points. They were 15 points off of 7th place, Man City won the league, Liverpool was 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Arsenal 4th, Tottenham 5th, Man United 6th and Everton 7th. So Watford had 12 wins, 8 draws and 18 defeats with a minus 21 goal difference. Let's have a look at the schedule. Premier League. Started off with a defeat against Huddersfield and then a big defeat against Liverpool. They beat Newcastle but then lost on penalties, EFL Cup second round. Into September. Lost to Everton, drew with Fulham, beat Cardiff and then drew with Man United. Beat Leicester in October, followed by a big defeat to Tottenham and defeat to Southampton. They were defeated against Crystal Palace in November and Wolves and a big defeat against Chelsea in the Premier League. December now, they beat Brighton, lost to West Ham heavily, drew with Man City, beat Bournemouth, drew with Huddersfield, then were thumped 7-0 by Arsenal away and then 4-0 by Burnley at home. Surprised I kept a job. Then beaten New Year's Day by Liverpool away in the Premier League. Beat Tottenham 5-4 FA Cup third round. Beat Newcastle Premier League 5-2. Lost heavily to Everton Premier League, but then beat Norwich FA Cup fourth round and Fulham in the Premier League. Into February, beat Cardiff, lost to Man United, lost FA Cup fifth round to Southampton. Then lost to Leicester in the Premier League before beating Tottenham in the Premier League. March beat Southampton, thumped Crystal Palace, lost 4-5 to Wolves, but then beat Chelsea 4-2. And then 6 games without a victory at the end of the season. In April they drew with Brighton and West Ham, lost to Man City and Bournemouth, drew with Burnley and lost to Arsenal. Disappointing stats from the disappointing return from the tactic. Stats wise, I'm looking for the players that played the majority of the season. Deulofeu 40, 10 goals, 18 assists, 7.05. Chalobah 7, 42, 5 and 6. Decore 6.97, 29, 4 and 2. Kabasele 6.96, 41, 5 and 2. And let's have a look. Cathcart 6.93, 45 and 0. So disappointing from tactic number 1. Watford finished 13th. It's tactic number 2, and it's Minimal Fuss's fastidious tactic. It's 4-1-4-1 DM wide. It's a positive tactic, and it's got the least instructions, as you can see. So in possession, shorter passing, play out of defence, work the ball into the box, lower tempo, frequently waste time. Transition, you roll it out, you distribute to fullbacks, counter press, and out of possession, it's just a high defensive line. You're looking to prevent the goalkeeper distribution short and use of the offside trap. So 4-1-4-1 DM wide. Foster's a sweeper keeper this time in goal. Your 2 wing-backs are wing-backs on support, Messina and Janmat, with your centre-backs as centre defenders on defend, Cathcart and Kabasele. Chalobah is the defensive midfielder on defend. Decore is box-to-box midfielder on support. Will Hughes is the Mazzala on attack. 2 inside forwards, Pereira and Deulofeu, both on support, with Deeney the deep line forward on attack. Let's see how this plays out. So this is better. Watford finished 10th. They finished 10 points off a 7th place. Liverpool won the league, followed by Man City, Man United and Tottenham. Arsenal, Chelsea and West Ham. 15 wins, 7 draws and 16 defeats with minus 9 goal difference. Let's have a look at the schedule. So, lost to Huddersfield opening game of the season, followed by defeat to Liverpool and then a draw against Newcastle. Out straight away in the EFL Cup second round with defeat to Palace. Premier League now. Lost to Everton, drew with Fulham, beat Cardiff and then beat Man United. Beat Leicester, lost to Tottenham and beat Southampton. Into November, they beat Crystal Palace convincingly away. Drew with Wolves, then lost to Chelsea away. Into December, which is a better month despite 2 defeats. Beat Brighton, lost to West Ham and Man City, but then 4 straight wins. Beat Bournemouth, beat Huddersfield, beat Arsenal and beat Burnley. New Year's Day, thumped by Liverpool, 5-0 again. Beat Coventry, FA Cup third round, then lost to Newcastle Premier League, beat Everton, lost to Burnley FA Cup fourth round, so out of both competitions. Then beat Fulham in the Premier League. Into February now. Beat Cardiff, drew with Man United, lost to Leicester and lost to Tottenham. March now, they drew with Southampton, they beat Crystal Palace, drew with Wolves and lost to Chelsea. April, they lost to Brighton, beat West Ham, lost to Man City, beat Bournemouth in a high-scoring game, then lost the last 2 games of the season against Burnley and against Arsenal. So inconsistent, you can say. Player performances, let's just have a look. Again, we're looking at the ones that have played majority of the season. Deulofeu, 7.14, 41 appearances, 11 goals, 11 assists. Cathcart, 7.05, 41.5 and 0. Messina, 6.99, 41.1 and 4. And Foster, 6.97, 41.0 0 and 1. Goals, Deulofeu with 11, Deeney with 11, Will Hughes with 5. Disappointing. Tactic number 2. So to tactic number 3, and it's a Rossler Steadfast 4-1-4-1 version 2. It's a 4-1-4-1 DM formation. It's attacking, although it looks to be defensive. In possession, shorter passing to space, play out of defence, low crosses. Run at defence, work the ball into the box, but you focus your play through the middle of the pitch. In transition, you take short kicks, you counter and you counter press. And out of possession, you defend narrower. High defensive line and line of engagement. It's extremely urgent. You prevent the short goalkeeper distribution and you use the offside trap. So Foster is a sweeper keeper on defend in goal. Your wing backs are complete wing backs this time. Messina and Janmaat on attack. Kabasele and Cathcart are 2 centre backs on defend. Chaloba's a half back on defend. Pereira and Deulofeu are wide midfielders this time on attack, with Hughes and Decore as box to box midfielders on support, with Deeney as the false 9, which may suit him better. Let's see how Tactic 3 plays out. So Tactic 3, we've been sacked, along with Pep Guardiola and the Chelsea manager by the looks of things. Okay, so let's just have a look when we were. So we were sacked with Watford in 16th position. Let's have a look exactly when that was. So we were sacked on the 8th of December. We didn't even see the year out. Let's have a look at the schedule. 8th of December we left. So, started off by losing to drawing with Huddersfield. Lost to Liverpool. Lost to Newcastle. Lost on penalties EFL Cup second round to Bristol Rovers. Lost to Everton. So 5 without victory. 6 because we drew with Fulham. Beat Cardiff. Drew with Man United and then drew with Leicester. Lost to Tottenham. Lost heavily to Southampton. Drew with Crystal Palace. Lost to Wolves and Chelsea. And then we beat Brighton on the 1st of December. Lost heavily to West Ham. Then lost to Man City on the 8th. And that's when we were sacked. So, we only won 2 Premier League games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 defeats. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 draws. The rest of the season, how it played out, looks like it's inconsistent. Obviously, it's not the part of our tactic. They got beat FA Cup 5th round. Penalties to Wolves. Very inconsistent. More defeats. And they actually finished by being relegated. 19th place, which is not good. Player performances, obviously, we've only got up until December, so we can't really tell. So let's have a look. Pereira 7.03, 39 games, 7 goals, 10 assists. Hughes 32.37, Messina 28, 2 and 1, both on 6.8 ratings. Goals, Troy Deeney 10 goals and Pereira 7. Very disappointing. Sacked in the 3rd season. That's tactic number 3. So to the final tactic. Tactic number 4, and this is the FM Scout Catenaccio tactic. It's the 4-2-3-1 wide. It's attacking, in possession, shorter passing to space, play out of defence, low crosses, work the ball into the box, focus the play down the left hand, right hand side. Now, it's almost identical to the first tactic, but the first tactic, you're asking your fullbacks to overlap. This tactic, you're asking to focus play on each side, which doesn't necessarily mean your fullback's going to overlap. Even though they're attacking, they may not overlap all the time. So, transition, distribute to fullbacks, counter, press. Out of possession, you defend narrower. High defensive line and line of engagement. Extremely urgent, you prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. Get stuck in using tighter marking and use of the offside trap. As we said, it's 4-2-3-1. So, Foster, Goalkeeper on defend. Wing backs on attack, Messina and Janmat. 2 centre backs are ball playing defenders again. On defend, that's Cathcart and Kabasele. Chaloba's deep line playmaker on support. Decore's box to box midfielder on support. Pereira and Delafeu are inside forwards on support. Hughes advanced attacking midfield on attack. Troy Deeney advanced forward on attack. Let's see how it plays out. So this finished the best of all 4. Watford finished 9th on 49 points, 10 points behind 7th again. 14 wins, 7 draws and 17 defeats with minus goal difference. Liverpool won the league, followed by Man City, Arsenal and Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham and Everton. Let's have a look at the schedule. Lost to Huddersfield in the Premier League, drew with Liverpool, lost heavily to Newcastle, lost EFL Cup second round on penalties to Scunthorpe away. September beat Everton Premier League and Fulham, lost to Cardiff and then drew with Man United. 3 defeats on the spin in October. They lost to Leicester, Tottenham and Southampton. November, they beat Crystal Palace and Wolves, lost to Chelsea. Into December now, they beat Brighton, lost to West Ham and Man City, beat Bournemouth, beat Huddersfield, lost to Arsenal and then lost to Burnley. So up to this point, you can see it's inconsistent. But in the turn of the year, that all changes. There is a streak here of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 games, 12 games with 1 defeat here. Starting in January the 1st, 3-3 draw with Liverpool. Drew with Barnsley FA Cup third round at home. Beat Newcastle. Beat Barnsley in the replay, FA Cup third round away. Beat Everton Premier League. Beat Middlesbrough FA Cup fourth round. Drew with Fulham Premier League. Drew with Cardiff. So that was 2, 4, 6, 8 games unbeaten. Then lost to Man United, but beat Swansea FA Cup 5th round, beat Leicester Premier League and beat Tottenham. So it's a good run there where they began to find their feet. But then it all come apart again in March. Heavily beaten by Southampton, beat Crystal Palace, thumped by Wolves and then Man City FA Cup 6th round. Lost to Chelsea Premier League, drew with Brighton, beat West Ham, thumped by Man City, drew with Bournemouth, beat Burnley and then thumped by Arsenal. So very inconsistent spells at the beginning and at the end of the season. But from January through February there was a good run there, which is obviously cemented their place high up in the league. Let's have a look at the player ratings. Again, the ones that have played the most. Delafeu 7.03, 42 appearances, 7 goals, 14 assists. Kabasele 6.96, 42, 4 and 0. Decore 6.95, 43, 5 and 6. Troy Deeney 6.90, 44 games, 23 goals, 2 assists. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So that's it from Watford. Tactic number 4 was the most successful with a 9th place finish. As you can see, varied results. So that's it. That's the end of this particular tactical test. As you can see, the 4 tactics with varying levels of success. What do you think of the video? What do you think of those particular tactics? All the links to the tactics are in the description below. If you like the video, please hit the like button for me. It helps me build this channel. And please subscribe for more videos. There'll be a video of every single Premier League team with the same 4 tactics to see how they do. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the bell for notifications for when these next videos come out. Thank you very much. Show your support and I'd love to know all your comments. Let me know what you think of the tactics. Let me know what you think if you download them and play them. And just, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next time.